you check the children? Show a little match sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Robert Duell.
And Jaime Fuego here.
And we got another werewolf movie review from a Patreon request from Seth T. Miller.
Yes.
Of course, rounding out all of these reviews with An American Werewolf in London, the original. He requested all, the Howling 1, 5, and 6, as well as Bad Moon, as well as The Wolfman, and so we might as well squeeze this one in at the end.
Yeah, ironically, very timely on his part.
Indeed, so we'll squeeze this one in, probably so.
This is one of the most beloved, though.
It is. This
This
along with The Howling are widely considered two of the best werewolf movies, and we'll get into any comparisons directly here. But I will say this movie is still very enjoyable. It still holds up, but it definitely, for me, is more comedy than horror. And there's some good scenes, but quite frankly, if I'm going to go for a scary werewolf movie, it's going to be The Howling over this one. But nonetheless, it's still a good movie. It's still a good movie. I just, I have my issues here and there. Robert?
Yeah, you better cover, goddammit.
Okay, just to let
This
everybody
is
know.
my baby.
Yeah.
All right.
You are a werewolf expert.
I
friend.
love werewolf movies, and honestly, I feel SK, you requested all these movies for me, and I love you for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Seth, you mean?
Or Seth T. Miller. Sorry, Jesus
How dare
Christ.
you.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm thinking about commentary stuff we have going
Yeah,
on.
SK's
Sorry.
commentary.
Thickest cheat in the
Sorry.
Seth is the werewolf
Sorry,
guy.
Seth. I'm so sorry. But no, so this movie, this movie scared the living daylights out of me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It really did. I remember. Okay, I was there was this one summer I was staying up in New York and everything. I start walking up the stairway at my grandfather's house, and I hear the initial attack of David Naughton and them on the moors. And I shit you not, I stopped dead in my tracks on that stairwell. Took my happy ass right back down and didn't go back upstairs the rest of the day. 'Cause I didn't know what the hell that sound was. It just scared the shit out of me.
Dare I say the only scary scene in the film? If
I
we're
was
gonna
gonna
be
say
fair about it. I mean,
Well, yeah. So yeah, 60-40.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I still absolutely love this movie from the comedy aspect and everything. Because again, this was the original horror comedy that we really didn't have back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you can thank John Landis from this and everything coming from.
I mean, the Blues Brothers,
Animal
Animal
House, stuff like that. So
obviously.
you can see where his comedical effects came into this.
And I think most with the dialogue between
Oh,
the two
most
guys.
definitely between Griffin
that's
Dunn
where they're
and
like
David
giving
Naughton.
each other shit, and they're just like joking with each other, poking fun, all that
David,
stuff. Yeah,
you're hurting my
for sure.
feelings. Yeah, and then those little banters and everything, like that character charisma was really nice, and just
Totally.
those little quick little things. Can I have a piece of toast?
Yeah.
He's got no throat. It's great, and the practical still holds up. Like even Cecil was saying,
When we see it,
because like with this movie, like especially back in the day, like you didn't really see the creature till towards the end of the movie. Because that left more on your imagination and that psychological horror kind of.
Not in this one. You see it pretty damn early.
To a degree, but you only see the facial structure of it. You don't actually see
What
the
else do you need to see of the werewolf?
Well,
that's the
I
big-
like
that's
seeing the
most
whole
important- I'm
werewolf.
just saying that's the most important part is
Okay,
the face and the head.
Yeah, the actual transformation occurs an hour
It does.
into the film.
It does, yeah.
So that's the big iconic bit, and
Oh,
we
that's
see it an hour into
definitely
the
the scene that
So-
everybody knows. If you say American Werewolf in London, the transformation scene.
Yeah.
Because that's
Which is where they rival the Howling.
Yeah,
with
well,
that
because-
sort of
because-
transformation.
I don't know
well,
about
because
that.
Rick
Well,
Baker came
that's
from
where-
The Howling, left that project to join John Landis on this. That's why those two transformation scenes are very
And
similar.
we need
And
to
we're talking
give credit.
Oscar-winning shit.
We still
man.
need to give credit here where we didn't in that review. Rob Bottin is the one that was the big person behind.
Yeah, he finished up all
Finished
those,
everything
those,
and made it
those
look,
effects. And he
quite
did
frankly, made it look
amazing.
much better than the American Werewolf in London transformation. Anyway,
Uh,
all right. Overall thoughts,
Oh,
Fuego.
we're laughing. Okay,
Go for it.
This is not a horror movie. this is not a horror movie in my estimation.
No, it's definitely close. I mean, it's a horror comedy for sure.
Okay, it is definitely a comedy with horror, like, just aspirations and vibes and stuff like that. But
I just think it's no less of a horror than Cabin in the Woods.
Or like to what, Evil Dead 2 or
Yeah.
Darkness.
Yeah, I mean, those
kind
are
of
all still
vibe,
horror, 100%.
Massively. And yeah, it has nastiness in the visual aspect, but I still feel like, especially after rewatching this and like going to the porno theater and like some of the weirdness in this
Piccadilly
movie,
Circus?
it is very of its time in its silliness, and it does not feel like this isn't a scary movie in my estimation, like in any regard.
It's not that scary.
In any regard whatsoever, you know.
It's a
That's
horror
why
comedy.
if I'm going to pick a werewolf movie, I'm going to go with The Howling over this any day of the week.
I actually will, echo Cecil's sentiments there. I prefer.
Shut up, whore!
I prefer The Howling as far as like a scary werewolf
For a
film.
straight on the bullet horror werewolf movie, yes.
Howling is better in
I
that
will say
regard.
The Howling has that grip on the balls better. But
Grip on the balls.
Yeah.
It sounds so fearsome. I'm like even cringing as you speak it, sir.
it's got those claws around the balls.
So, yeah. Let's jump into the story then. So this one is about two American tourists that are in Europe, and they go to this slaughtered lamb a bar, and they are quickly sort of run out of the bar by the locals, who say, get out of here, but by the way, stay away from the moors and beware the moon.
Stick to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
road.
Despite warnings, which is
Beware
the
the
weirdest.
They
thing
knew
about
better
the
than to
entirety.
send them. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's a lot of dumb decisions in this movie, but
Yeah.
It's the outsiders thing. It's that whole.
I never saw The Outside.
No. I'm not saying the outsiders thing, but them being outsiders.
Oh,
from
yeah,
the town.
okay. I
That-
get it, but-
that keeping the secret, but that still gets mucked the hell up.
But there's one guy that literally is contributing to kicking them out that then acts like he wasn't one of the ones trying to kick them out.
Oh, yeah, remember
a
the
few
Alamo.
minutes later. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that
it
guy.
just so
Yeah,
there was
shitty.
just some waffliness I didn't like, and I
like
cared the most
waffles.
about the main two characters, but then it became a romantic comedy with a werewolf spin. And the problem that I had with it, the story again, sticking to the story.
dude, that's all
let
part
me
of the-
finish the story.
It's all part of the story, what you're talking about.
But I'm not going in order like I should. So there's two tourists. They get attacked on the moors by a werewolf. One dies, the other is scratched, and then is having to face the fact that he, doesn't want to face the fact that he is supposedly going to become a monster because his dead friend shows up and starts to warn him of such and says, hey, kill yourself. Otherwise, other people are going to suffer as well. He doesn't believe it. He becomes a werewolf twice. And we don't see much of anything. We see people react like, oh, like there's a wolf coming.
Okay.
And then there's nothing. And then we don't see anything until the porno theater.
There is one. That is the one thing I will agree with Cecil on this. The cutaway kills and everything. Is definitely. You put that away.
No!
You put that away, pervert.
Too late.
Oh, that was quick.
I worked hard.
I mean, shit. It feels more of a PG-13 sort of variety, where
In a sense, but it's
even though
the gore and
it
the
was
sex.
an R-rated film,
Yeah.
they still just
it did
kind of,
feel
like,
very
shied away
PG-13 in the
from that regard.
presentation of that.
Yeah.
It was, you know what it was? It was surprising to me because they went so far in other areas of the movie.
That's true.
The fact that they cut away so many times just felt like, why? Like, did you guys just run out of money? And which is understandable if so, but they went so far other times that I was just bummed that they went so
And honestly, that's
short.
a little
others.
bit why I'm kind of disappointed in the remake being put in developmental hell, because Landis' son, before I guess all this debacle that happened last year or whatever.
He's a
Max,
tool.
fucking
Yeah.
Max Landis
He's been
is
a tool for
unfortunately
years.
a
he
little
was supposed,
shithead.
yeah,
man.
he was
Yeah.
supposed to helm the
Entitled
remake of his
motherfucker.
father's
Yeah.
movie, and actually he did there was an anthology horror series on TV a couple years back where he actually did a werewolf segment, and it was fucking great.
Yeah, well, he also wrote American Ultra, which was great. Like
Yeah.
he did Chronicle. You know, he wrote a
Good
fantastic.
call.
He was Chronicle?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That was actually a good movie. I
Dude,
really liked it.
he wrote a
awesome.
fantastic comic book series that's one of the best 9-issue comic book series, fantasy-wise, that I've ever read.
Yeah.
He's such a talented dude, but he's such an overbearing...
And
what's
as-
the word? Entitled.
Okay.
Overbearing, entitled dickhead because he's a Landis.
And,
Okay.
And as
He has his daddy's
entitled
name.
and-
He's
Fucking-
even there are even stories of him literally in Hollywood getting rejected at bars saying, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, I have
He's
to
that
say,
guy.
Cool.
Yeah, and I have to say,
Ooh.
like,
Well, that was being
That was sarcastic.
facetious, you
Cool. Yeah,
ass.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Don't call me an ass. I got it. Okay. God,
the main
he's so
bit with him,
mean.
Cecil, is where he did that. Like, it was a viral video, right? Where he
About the
was doing
death of Superman.
Yeah, exactly. The Superman pitch, and
That's
he's,
what
like,
put him on the
drinking
map,
and
yeah.
fucking, and he's like so just out of his mind.
You gotta be
basically.
professional. Like,
This is an extreme sidebar, guys.
yeah. Sorry,
Anyway,
sorry about this. Back
story-wise,
We are still talking.
How do you feel story-wise?
Story-
I was underwhelmed story-wise overall.
Honestly, still like I
like parts of it.
I have a
I
love for
didn't-
this movie, so I'm
romantic comedy
I'm honestly
was just-
I like the story on this.
Okay.
It was pretty. It was simple enough, cut and dry, and everything like that. But that it wasn't. I didn't feel it was too overly in the romance and everything because again, it didn't happen till the last quarter kind of the movie to a degree. And it's
He gets out
so
as soon as he gets out of the hospital. He's there and bedding down.
Yeah, but for the most part, like he's going through the dream sequence and all the other stuff. And
I mean, it's basically if it's a 2-hour movie, it's at an hour and 15 minutes that happens. So
well,
it's
only like
almost
an hour
half
and
the
20.
movie. The movie is only an hour and 20.
It's not 2 hours.
I'm saying if it were,
Oh,
that would
okay.
be the
I'm
ratio.
like, what the hell you-
No, I'm saying it's like 2/3 of the way in, or half at
Yeah.
most. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
I'm actually very into it, so
Thank you.
yeah. Bring it on. I am not bewildered. Is that a word?
No, not at
holy
all.
Fucking.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There's like
I'm
3
not-
words in one.
Yeah, bewildered?
Exactly. I am not bewildered
Germ in
about
there?
this essence of it.
Yeah, is there a
man.
niner in there? Or...
Yeah, I was watching football earlier today. It's a weird situation. Shout out to Marsha Parker and her, Patriots winning. Anyway, I'm about this, so bring it.
Okay, now as far as the effects go, obviously it's known for its effects, but here's the problem that I have. Here's why it's not the kind of werewolf I prefer. It's an all-fours werewolf, which they actually, what I liked is they kept that consistent in Paris, right? I always preferred Paris over this one outside of the CG because all the wolves became quadrupedal wolves.
But there were a couple scenes where they were bipedal.
A couple, but not that.
For-
not
for-
in this one.
No, not in this, but Paris though.
But that's what I like. I see. It's been a while since
was-
I've seen
yeah,
Paris.
I
I
was
used to
gonna say,
love
our-
Paris.
there was
Our-
there
our
was one scene
continuity
when
person.
Everett
Yeah.
Scott initially was attacked. He's walking down. He starts bipedal, then drops to all fours. Chases
So
him through the
no,
wall.
so I like that. I like the ambidextrousness of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But the fact that it's
Very
an all
choicely.
fours wolf, just a bigger wolf, that's never scary to me. That's Twilight to me. Even Twilight just oversizes the wolf. I know that hurts. That hurts really hard. Doing any kind of Twilight comparison with American Werewolf in
I
London.
quit.
I get it. I understand. I understand. Look, I wouldn't blame
we
you for
still love
quitting.
your presence, man.
I wouldn't blame you for quitting based on that comment alone. But here's the thing. Yeah, those wolves just aren't that interesting to me. I like the big fucking humanoid wolves, which is what we get in The Howling,
makes sense.
which is
Okay.
what we get in Bad Moon, which is what we
Yeah.
get in Dog Soldiers. Those are the werewolves that I like. That to me is a werewolf. A dude that becomes an oversized wolf, not so much for me. So I just, while the effects were okay, the transformation is obviously The Howling and American Werewolf in London are the two best werewolf transformations, except that one Netflix show did a really great job with it. The one that had Famke Jensen, that was it was the werewolf show
Hemlock Grove.
that, Hemlock Grove.
That was a
That was a
transformation to an
one-time
actual
transformation.
wolf.
Well, but in season 2 it was back. They did it from wolf back to human, which
Oh,
I
did
never
they?
watched.
I see. I didn't get to.
That was supposed to be the most aggressive version of the reverse as well.
Okay. I didn't
because
watch
they
the
did it.
second
They
one.
did it aggressive in Hemlock
Oh
Grove.
no, that yeah.
It was
Yeah, I was
very,
about to say,
it was
never
very,
watched the show,
it was
so
very
I'm just kinda
Howling-esque in its transformation.
No, I think you'd like Hemlock Grove a lot. It has one of the Skarsgårds in it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it has
Duncan
Pennywise.
Jenkins.
Yeah, the young Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was interested because of the fact that Lady Badass was in it. But,
Yeah, Famke Jensen. I never watched beyond season 1, but that first season did have a really great transformation. That's what it was known for.
I will agree.
And so season 2 apparently had the reverse, which I never saw. So I do want to go back and watch that at some point. But nonetheless, the transformation in this just wasn't as good as The Howling. It doesn't mean it was bad. It was still very high quality, but it just wasn't as good to me. They focused on the mouth for one time, whereas that was a long thing in The Howling. I don't know. It's still a really good movie. I actually quite liked effects-wise The Friend and his evolution.
Griffin Dunne's character.
Yeah, where it starts off where he still looks like a
Griffin
human
Dunne.
that just got slashed.
Yeah.
And then he's more zombie-like, where all of his flesh is gray tone, and then eventually he's lost
And just
a lot
rotted.
of the flesh and rotted out, where they had to use like a puppet instead of him. Like, I liked all of that.
Yeah,
so
and
I
even
got to
the small,
give that
the
credit
small
where credit's
details
due.
and everything between the trachea and like the little like dangling bits of flesh and everything.
Yeah, that would flap when he would talk
like
and
those
stuff.
are
Yeah,
really nice little details. and
100%.
whatnot.
I agree with that. 100%.
I will. Honestly, I like all the graphics still. Like I
Okay.
think they still hold up very well, and especially with the transformation aspect, because you get to see more of that. It's an excruciating, painful process for your body and bones to snap and reform your
He
cartilage.
did a
and
good job of
everything.
selling the pain,
Like-
but I don't know that he did. Well, yeah, because the other guy doesn't care about the pain. in
No,
The
he's
Howling.
just sitting there like.
Yeah, he's just enjoying the
Like,
transformation.
yeah,
so
like
that's
this
true.
guy, it's that fear of like,
It's true.
what's going on? Like, help me! Like,
True.
Like that's I think the big selling point of there's nothing you can do for this person.
Yeah. Fuego, your thoughts on the effects?
Yeah, I mean, we have the iconic aspect, which is like the just grazed over face and all that different stuff, and then the transformation, which really is, it puts this in contention with The Howling, even if I feel like The Howling is a little bit better, if I'm going to be fair about that segment. Yeah, sorry, Robert. But, yeah, man,
It's all right,
I
it's
mean,
all right.
yeah, there is just so much more of a jovial, just lighthearted aspect to this particular film that even if I'm impressed with the segments of transformation and stuff like that, I don't necessarily think that it just heralds that horror aspect. So
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, totally fair. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much as we can say about this as we want. Oh, go ahead, please.
music. Obviously,
you
music.
have to
Oh,
cut
yes,
in,
yes,
you have to
music.
cut in.
All right,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the music. All right.
Okay.
So between
Well, and there is a sound part I want to talk about too. So
Okay.
no,
So
thank
the-
you for stopping.
One
me.
little fun fact I always liked about this. So every song on the soundtrack has Moon in it. It's all based around the
Oh,
moon.
the Bad Moon Rising I always loved.
Oh yeah,
I
well,
see
obviously.
yeah, Credence.
Bad
If you don't love
Moon
Credence, then
Rising.
fuck you.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was wanting to cover that CCR song with my original band
I
like
love that
many
song
years ago,
so
like
much.
15 years ago, man.
So here's what I'm gonna might embarrass myself here for this last part. The
Don't.
bit of sound design that I loved, that I absolutely loved, and I think did better than The Howling, is the howls.
yes, it was blood curdling.
The howls in this are so usually in a werewolf movie you'll get this. You'll get ow. But in this you get ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Like it sounds
You're right
like they're
about that. There's
pain.
like a grating kind of like.
Dude,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much cooler.
Very much.
I gotta admit, it was the growling and the howls are so much cooler
Yeah.
in this than they were in almost any other werewolf movie I've ever seen.
I would know.
Literally goose pimply on the skin versus the because everyone does that. Oh, you know, everyone does
the
that.
standard wolf howl.
Yeah, the fact that it's literally like almost scream howls is so unnerving. Like literally when they're like, "Do you hear that? What is that?" And then when it's running around them, I thought that was super effective. So I
It's
do gotta be,
circling us.
I do gotta give credit. It's in front of us. I do gotta give credit where credit's due. Like they did that part. That one bit of horror scene was done better than most of the horror in The Howling. but that was almost the only focused horror scene in the movie. So that's where
I'll let you have that.
Sure.
All right.
I'll let you
Fair
have
enough.
that. That's fine.
All right, so
All in all, it's a good movie.
We'll go ahead. Yeah, it is. Oh, 100%. It's still up there. It's just not as good as The Howling. Anyway, why don't you guys? It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts.
It hurts.
Why don't you guys
It's
let us
silver bullet
know?
to the heart.
Let us know what's your.
It's
so
just-
nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just not a horror movie compared to the.
No, it
comedic,
definitely-
right?
But
definitely
let
is
us
not.
know. You guys let us know. You be the tiebreakers in the comments down below. Do you prefer, as a werewolf movie, whether it's horror or comedy, which werewolf movie do you prefer to watch? If you want to watch a werewolf movie, do you prefer The American Werewolf in London or do you prefer The Howling? Let us know in the comments down below. I'd be very, very interested to hear your thoughts on this one.
Indeed.
Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Robert the Wolfman.
And gracias. Fuego!
Thank you again to Seth T. Miller for being the patron that requested all of these werewolf movies.
Yes.
I think this is where we're going to close it out. So thank you
We
very
love you,
much. If you
Mark.
guys want to become a patron, the link is in the description box. You can request us to end up doing an entire run of movies just like this set of werewolf movies we just finished.